Have you ever wondered how people manage to survive in some of the world's dirtiest countries? In our daily lives, we often take the cleanliness of our environment for granted. The quality of the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the waste management systems we rely on all contribute to our overall well-being. However, in certain parts of the world, these basic necessities are not as pristine as we might imagine. Today, we're going to delve into a topic that doesn't often make headlines: the world's dirtiest countries. These countries are characterized by polluted air, contaminated water, and inadequate waste management systems. Determining the dirtiness of a country is not a simple task. It's based on a range of factors including air and water quality, waste management, and the overall environmental impact of human activities. The World Health Organization, among other global bodies, regularly assesses these factors, producing a list of countries where the environment poses significant health risks. The findings can be quite shocking. For instance, did you know that in some countries, over half the population lacks access to clean drinking water? Or that in others, air pollution levels are so high that it's equivalent to smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Despite these harsh realities, millions of people call these places home. Day in, day out, they contend with these challenging conditions, finding ways to survive and even thrive amidst the dirt and grime. Their resilience is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. But what does this mean for their health? The impacts are staggering. Prolonged exposure to such environments can lead to a myriad of health issues, from respiratory diseases to severe gastrointestinal disorders and even premature death. In fact, environmental pollution is responsible for an estimated 9 million premature deaths worldwide every year. That's more than the combined toll of war, violence, and diseases such as malaria and HIV. So let us venture into the lives of those who reside in these challenging conditions. Let's explore their realities, their struggles, and their victories. Because it's only by understanding these harsh environments that we can begin to appreciate our own, and perhaps find ways to make the world a cleaner place for everyone. Life in the world's dirtiest countries is not for the faint-hearted. This is a truth universally acknowledged by those who have ever set foot in them. Yet it's also a testament to the incredible resilience of the human spirit and the innovative ways people adapt to survive in these challenging circumstances. In these regions, food is often a matter of subsistence rather than choice. The typical diet is heavily reliant on staple crops like rice, maize, and millet, which can be grown even in poor soil conditions. Street food is another common option. Stalls selling freshly cooked meals are a lifeline for many who cannot afford to cook at home due to the high cost of fuel. Water, the essence of life, is often scarce and contaminated. The ingenious solution? Rainwater harvesting, a practice as old as civilization itself. By collecting and storing rainwater during the wet season, these communities ensure a steady supply of water for drinking and irrigation. And while this water may not be entirely free from contaminants, it's often safer than the alternatives. Waste management, too, requires innovative solutions. In many places, waste is burned, composted, or even repurposed into useful items. In some communities, for instance, plastic waste is transformed into building materials, creating a circular economy that both reduces waste and provides employment. Yet, despite these survival strategies, the harsh realities cannot be ignored. Life expectancy in these countries is significantly lower than the global average, often by as much as 20 to 30 years. Diseases related to poor sanitation and contaminated water, such as cholera and dysentery, are prevalent. These numbers underscore the severity of the situation and the urgent need for solutions. But in the face of these challenges, there's also a remarkable resilience. People in these countries are not merely surviving, they're living, finding joy in the simplest of things, celebrating community and culture, and nurturing dreams for a better future. In the midst of adversity, human resilience shines the brightest. This is the story of survival against the odds, and it's a story that continues to unfold every single day in the world's dirtiest countries. But what does living in such conditions mean for the residents of these countries? Imagine waking up every day in an environment where the air is thick with dust and grime, where clean water is a luxury, where each breath you take could potentially be filled with harmful pollutants. This is the reality for people living in the world's dirtiest countries. The physical impact is devastating. People in these regions often suffer from a plethora of health issues, such as respiratory diseases, skin conditions, and gastrointestinal problems. The World Health Organization estimates that environmental pollution is responsible for nearly 1 in 4 deaths worldwide. In these countries, the figure is often much higher. The mental toll is equally heavy. Uncertainty, stress, and a constant struggle for basic necessities can lead to mental health issues like depression and anxiety. Children growing up in these environments often lack access to quality education, which further perpetuates the cycle of poverty and pollution. Then there's the emotional baggage. Imagine the heartbreak of a mother who cannot provide clean water for her child, or the despair of a father who sees his family suffer due to environmental conditions beyond his control. The emotional strain these situations create is immeasurable and can have long-lasting effects on individuals and communities. Living in such conditions is not a choice but a harsh reality that millions are forced to endure due to circumstances beyond their control. Every day is a battle for survival, a test of resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. But it's not all doom and gloom. Amidst the dust and grime, there's a spirit of resilience that shines through. People are resourceful, finding ways to adapt and survive, even in the harshest of conditions. They are the living testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity, a beacon of hope in a world that often seems dark. Yet, despite these dire circumstances, there is a glimmer of hope. Even in the dirtiest corners of the world, hope persists. It's found in the resilience of the human spirit, in the smiles of people who've known nothing but hardship, yet still find joy in the everyday. It's in the stories of change, of communities banding together to improve their living conditions. Take, for instance, the slum dwellers who've transformed their neighborhoods into vibrant, clean spaces, or the rural farmers who've adopted sustainable farming methods, reducing waste and nurturing their land. It's in the governments that have prioritized sanitation, investing in waste management systems, and the international aid organizations providing clean water and health services. And then there are the grassroots movements, ordinary people making extraordinary changes. They're planting trees, cleaning rivers, educating their communities about hygiene and sanitation. While the challenges are immense, the human spirit remains indomitable, forever striving for a cleaner, healthier world.